It gives me no pleasure to bring this to you today. It's a milestone that we've been warning about for months at this point, and it's a horrible milestone. As coronavirus cases and subsequently deaths have climbed, we hit 2,000 deaths per day again, and we went past it. I've been saying that by the end of this month, we will likely be seeing a 9/11's day worth of deaths every single day from coronavirus. And we are essentially there. Yesterday was the worst single death day since the start of the pandemic. 2,833 people died in one day, depending on how you measure the day, the exact 24 hours. Johns Hopkins actually has a higher number, above 3,000, but this is roughly, essentially, the number of people killed on 9/11 directly by the events. Now, the number, it's 2,977, I believe, is the official number of 9/11 deaths on 9/11. Now, this doesn't include people that died in the days after due to stress-induced heart attacks and first responders who later developed illness because of their presence at ground zero. So the number is really quite a bit higher. But on the day of 9/11 at the sites of the disaster, it's considered to be just under 3,000. And that's where we are. We are likely to significantly exceed this daily death number for much of the remaining month. And half the country is barely willing to alter their lives in any way as a result. And 9/11 is an interesting event to think about, because think back to 9/11. We, as a result of one day of 3,000 people tragically dying, completely reformed airport security and created a massive, I mean, gargantuan infrastructure through which we now all go when we fly. TSA was created. The Patriot Act was passed, justifying invasions of privacy on the basis of keeping us safe. We attacked a country and got involved in a multi-decade military engagement. The wrong country, by the way. We, I believe, also created the Department of Homeland Security, maybe another agency, all because of 9/11. And now we have a 9/11 every day at this point. 300,000, approaching 300,000 dead nationally from the entire pandemic. And nearly half the country doesn't want to do anything about this 9/11's worth of deaths every single day. Now, as a reminder, COVID deaths lag cases. At this point, it's by about a month. We are now at about 100,000 people hospitalized nationally with the virus. That's a record, which means that the next month is going to be absolutely insane. And as you can see, when you look at a chart of cases of those hospitalized and deaths, you see hospitalizations are approaching nearly double the record we had. We had about 60,000 hospitalizations during the first spike in April. We had about 60,000 hospitalized in the second spike in July. We are now at about 100,000 hospitalized and continuing to climb. Notice how deaths track hospitalizations. In the second spike, deaths didn't climb as much. And that's because hospitals had more capacity. We are now starting to see hospitals fill up again, and it all bodes really, really poorly. Now, we're expecting vaccine approval for one vaccine next week, another vaccine shortly thereafter. It will take months to roll that out. The numbers we might see in the rest of December, into January, into February, even into March, depending on how quickly these vaccines are deployed, these are going to be completely nightmarish numbers. We're almost living in two realities, sadly. You look at what public health experts say, and we have a dire, disastrous situation. You look at the Instagram and Facebook pages of nearly half the country, people behaving like nothing is going on. It is truly nuts, and the next month is going to be terrible. If you ever feel like you just don't have enough time to read all the books you want to read, you have to check out one of my favorite apps called Blinkist. Blinkist takes thousands of popular nonfiction books and distills each one down into an ebook or audiobook that you can get through in just 15 minutes, where you're getting all the key takeaways from the book. Just imagine how you'll be able to expand your horizons and knowledge by being able to soak up all of the important insights from 10 different books in an afternoon. Obviously, it's perfect for exposing yourself to a new book, you otherwise wouldn't have time for, or you can use it to revisit a book you've already read, or use it to preview a book before you buy the full version and read it. I recently read A Brief History of Time, of course, by the great Stephen Hawking. This is a book that I have been aware of for so long, and other things got in the way, and it was fantastic to check it out on Blinkist. Blinkist has books on politics, philosophy, science. They have 27 different nonfiction categories, and a subscription is only about $8 a month, and you get the entire library. But you can try it totally free and get 25% off a subscription when you go to Blinkist.com/Pakman. I've put the link right underneath this video.